Did you know that an everyday fruit, something you may have eaten your entire life without a second thought, could quietly increase your risk of a stroke while you sleep? No pain, no warning, no chance to react. Many older adults go to bed feeling perfectly fine, only to wake up with slurred speech, sudden weakness, or an arm or leg that simply will not move. The most frightening part is that this does not always come from smoking, junk food, or obvious unhealthy habits. In many cases, it begins with foods people genuinely believe are helping them stay healthy. After decades of treating adults over the age of 60, I have seen this pattern again and again. People do everything they are told to do. They eat fruit instead of dessert. They avoid processed food. They follow routines they have trusted for years. Yet their bodies have changed in ways no one ever explained to them. What fuels a 40-year-old body can quietly overwhelm a 70-year-old one. What was once encouraged can now interact with medications, disrupt blood sugar, destabilize circulation, and silently set the stage for dangerous blood clots forming overnight. Today, I want to help you understand this reality clearly and calmly, without fear, but with honesty. There are several common fruits that deserve a second look after the age of 60. Port. Not because they are evil or poisonous, but because the aging body processes them very differently. When eaten the wrong way, at the wrong time, or alongside certain medications, they can quietly strain the brain and heart. One of the most misunderstood fruits is grapefruit. For decades, grapefruit has been promoted as a symbol of health. A fresh, light way to start the morning. Many older adults have eaten it routinely for years without ever questioning it. The danger does not come from the fruit itself, but from how it interacts with medications in an aging body. As we age, the liver slows down. The enzymes responsible for breaking down medications no longer work with the same speed or precision they once did. Port. Grapefruit contains a natural compound that interferes with a key liver enzyme responsible for clearing many common medications from the bloodstream. When this pathway is blocked, medications linger longer and grow stronger in the blood. Levels rise quietly, without pain or obvious symptoms. During the night, when blood pressure naturally dips and circulation slows, these elevated drug levels can destabilize the system. Blood pressure may fall too low. Heart rhythm may become irregular. Port. Blood vessels in the brain may constrict unpredictably. In that fragile window, the conditions for a stroke are created. I have seen patients who did nothing wrong, who simply continued a habit they trusted for decades and paid a devastating price. Another fruit that often surprises people is the banana. Bananas are soft, affordable, and easy to digest. Many older adults rely on them for energy or to prevent leg cramps. The issue is not the banana itself, but potassium. As we grow older, kidney function naturally declines, often without symptoms. Many seniors already have reduced ability to clear excess potassium, especially if they have high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart disease. Add medications into the picture, such as ACE inhibitors, ARBs, or potassium-sparing diuretics, and potassium levels can begin to rise silently. Port. A single banana contains more potassium than most people realize. When excess potassium accumulates, it disrupts the heart's electrical system. Heart rhythm becomes unstable. Circulation slows and blood flow becomes turbulent. In that unstable environment, clots are more likely to form, especially during sleep. Pineapple is another fruit that feels harmless but carries hidden risks for older adults. It contains an enzyme that can amplify the effects of blood-thinning medications. At the same time, it delivers a sharp sugar spike that stresses aging blood vessels, especially in the evening. For seniors with diabetes or insulin resistance, which affects a large portion of adults over 65, this combination creates an unstable internal environment. Pineapple is also highly acidic. Even without noticeable heartburn, it can trigger silent nighttime reflux. Tiny drops of stomach acid can enter the airway during sleep, lowering oxygen levels and stressing delicate brain tissue. Over time, these subtle stresses weaken blood vessels and increase vulnerability to stroke. Watermelon is often believed to be the perfect hydrating fruit. It is mostly water, refreshing, and associated with summer comfort. Yet for many older adults, watermelon can actually contribute to dehydration. Aging kidneys regulate fluids less efficiently, and many seniors take medications that already increase fluid loss. Watermelon has a mild diuretic effect, increasing urine output. When eaten in large amounts, especially in the evening, it can quietly lower overall hydration levels. Blood becomes more concentrated, circulation slows, and clot risk rises. This effect is most dangerous at night when hydration naturally dips and blood pressure is lower. What feels like a hydrating habit can, under the wrong conditions, create the perfect environment for a stroke to form silently. Oranges and orange juice are another common staple that deserve careful attention. Citrus fruits contain compounds that can interfere with the same liver enzymes responsible for medication breakdown. When older adults take their morning medications with orange juice, drug levels may rise higher than intended over time. This buildup can cause blood pressure swings, vessel irritation, and unstable circulation. In that instability, clots can form and travel to the brain. Many seniors are harmed not by unhealthy choices, but by good choices made without the right information. Apples, long considered the symbol of health, can also present challenges for aging metabolism. Modern apples are far sweeter than those eaten decades ago. When eaten alone, especially on an empty stomach, they can cause rapid blood sugar spikes. In older adults, these spikes irritate the lining of blood vessels, triggering inflammation and micro-injuries. The body responds to these injuries by forming tiny clots. While younger bodies dissolve them easily, older bodies may not. Over time, these clots can travel and lodge in narrow brain arteries, leading to ischemic strokes. Apples are not forbidden, but they must be chosen wisely and eaten in a way that promotes stability rather than spikes. Cherries are often praised for their anti-inflammatory properties, but they also contain natural compounds similar to aspirin. For seniors already taking blood thinners, this added effect can push blood clotting ability into dangerous territory. Blood vessels in the aging brain are more fragile, and even a small imbalance can lead to bleeding or clot formation. This does not mean fruit should be feared. It means fruit should be respected. After 60, the body demands stability. Lower sugar fruits, smaller portions, earlier timing, and awareness of medication interactions make all the difference. The greatest danger is not the fruit itself, but the assumption that what once worked will always work. Aging changes the rules quietly. Awareness restores control. You deserve to protect your brain, your independence, and your clarity. With thoughtful choices, you can continue to enjoy fruit safely and wisely. The goal is not just to live longer, but to live fully alert and steady for the years ahead.